All right, welcome. If you have not seen a Blair Watch Project video before, I appreciate you giving a click and having a look. I do for sale videos from time to time. I make videos to promote some of the watches I have on my website that may need a little bit more in terms of an overview than I can provide with images only, with still images. So I like to sometimes make a nice short video just to kind of give a sense of what the watch looks like, its condition, give you some opinions about this watch in particular. So this is a 1967 Seiko 6217 8001, which to those in the Seiko world would recognize this as being the 62 Moss. So this is Seiko's first ever dive watch. It is the last year of the 62 Moss. So in 68, they went to another symmetric case, but it was a 6105. And so that was the start of the Willard slim case style. But this is towards the end of the run of 62 Moss 150 meter divers. So this watch came to me as a project, one that I had for a while and didn't have the time or some of the parts I needed to get it back together. It really just needed a stem and a movement retaining ring, and so it has those things now, and it's been serviced. The movement is beautiful and quite nice and running very well. Full service, which includes a mechanical rebuild of the crown. So these crowns, even if you're finding a new old stock crown or even a watch that has not been worn very much, guaranteed that 50-year-old O-ring is solid as a rock. And so it really needs to be rebuilt. And the rebuild process is pretty labor intensive. You have to remove parts of the crown and rebuild it with a new O-ring. But that's been done, so that's all taken care of. New case back seal, of course. And the crystal on this watch is an original high dome from Seiko. And so I cleaned it and polished it. It still has its imperfections, but I really like that high dome style look, and you don't get that with aftermarket. And so I figured let's keep it original and leave that in place. The dial, it's a very good watch. It's a very clean. All of the text and everything is correct and not faded. It has a few minor blemishes on the dial that are just really, perhaps somebody tried to, or clean it, or I don't know, but there's some really fine, I don't even know what to call it. Maybe it's hazing, but it's really hard to see. But I do want to be clear and upfront that it's not 100% a perfect watch, and I think it's priced in the right range for a watch of this caliber and of this type because of that. The insert on the bezel is good. It has a few, marks, but this was a worn watch after 50 plus years. It's still pretty darn good. I mean, we're going on what, 56 years that this watch has been worn and used. It probably wasn't used quite as much in the later part of its life, but 56 years is pretty substantial. Case back has a few scratches where somebody probably tried to get in to have a look. Maybe a grandchild or a kid was interested in looking at the inside of a watch, and I don't blame them. I would have done the same, but certainly, the back is really in good shape in terms of the fade. These do wear considerably, but it hasn't seen that, which is good. No polishing, of course, has all of its original machine finish on the front, which is really a sort of machining line instead of a brushing. It has these nice concentric machined lines with sharp edges and drilled lugs, which is just so neat. Comes on an Uncle Seiko, now Uncle Straps band, which is brand new, not been worn. Yeah, it's a great watch. It's really a good one. If you're looking for that wearable early Seiko diver, one of the best. I wear mine probably 2 or 3 times a week. I love it. It's a really fun watch to wear. And if you know, you know. You know, it's that watch. I did add a little bit of lume back into the pip. It was empty. These are exposed pips. They don't have a glass in front of them, and so they do fall out at some time over the course of the life of the watch. Of course, you're gonna either brown it or crack it or just get patina to the point of no return. And so I decided to add a little bit of my special lume concoction in there. It glows very similarly to the dial, and so I like that. I like that little addition. It just sort of sets it off properly. Okay, well, if you're in the market for a really nice 62 mas, have a look at the description below. There's a link to where you can purchase this on my website. And thanks for watching.